Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, Beedie.
It is Four Ends, the foodie.
And we are back with an episode.
We're back. We were just saying that we...
How do we do this again?
Yeah, it's been so long.
You know, it's been, and we love you for loving us despite our lack of communication. You know, I'm big on communication. But life is just life, and sometimes you can't come and die. Do you know what I mean?
Can't come and kill yourself.
You
gotta take what you get.
Take it like that.
When Mariah Carey said, I'm gonna do the best I got with what I got.
Best I can with what I got.
Exactly. Literally, I was just like, girl, I have never felt a statement more.
And this is what we got, and this is what we can. So
today, I'm actually in my pajamas because you were saying Snoopy. These are my pajamas.
Oh, cute.
I've been in my pajamas. I literally got out of bed, lay on the couch, and my husband was at the desk. I was on the couch reading. When I was tired of reading, we then were watching a documentary together, and then I'm recording. I have not moved from that couch. My meals have been brought to me on said couch.
Love this.
Yeah. Sometimes
me,
you just
on the other hand,
like that.
For me, on the other hand, I have been talking non-stop, saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, and alleviating fears. And so, you know, my soul feels like she did a good thing today, but my body, my mind, she is over it.
Oh my God, I almost started singing R. Kelly.
Oh, who?
I know, like,
who?
But the way it's just still till to this day will want to naturally slip out. It's crazy.
you just have to.
Of course, you have to just tell yourself.
Yeah, you have to. Speaking of books, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh my God, when you said that, did you even respond to me? I didn't even check.
No, I haven't checked Instagram. That book that you told me to read yet, it's pissed me off so
what's
much.
Pissing you off about it? Let's talk through this.
So the book is called The Middle Child, for anyone who's listening.
Middle Daughter,
sorry. That's very pertinent. It
is. I can't recommend this book enough.
So if you plan to read it, fast forward.
Annette, don't listen to this. I already
messaged her. I said to her this because basically she was talking about the new Chimamanda.
She literally messaged me and was like, buy it.
That's what she said. And I was like,
you need to read this.
I said, I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to get them to order it in for me, yeah? Because that's my new thing. I'm a library babe, okay? So I got them to order this Middle Daughter book in for me. So I basically was like, so yeah, I'm going to read it, but I'm reading one at the moment and I have to finish it before I read this next one, yeah? But I haven't picked it up in like a day or two because it's pissed me off. Yeah, she was like, what book is it? And I was like, oh, The Middle Door. And she was like, oh, Florence just told me to read that. I said, okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you, innit? But I'm pissed off and I can't be bothered. So anyway,
you must read it.
I'm going to read it because the book is making me, it's giving me the feels. This is how I felt about Breaking Bad, yeah? I used to hate Jesse Pinkman so much, yeah, that I couldn't watch it. Like, he annoyed me so much. And I was like, this is a fictional character. These people are really making you. They have done a good job in making you feel what you're meant to feel.
Do you know how I feel? And it's dangerous because it's real life. I feel that way about Married to Med. I actually.
Who do you hate? I haven't watched this week's episode, by the way. So
I did spoil it. Not much happens.
Okay, but just so that we don't do any spoilers. But anyway, who's pissing you off?
I just feel like they like. Is this a Twilight Zone that I'm watching?
Oh, what? Everybody, you mean?
Like everyone bar maybe Toya.
I love Toya.
I really like Toya.
I love Toya with everything in me.
That was never on my bingo card for 2025. Really love Toya. But like, this scenarios don't like, okay, so I need to rant. First of all, it doesn't make sense that you have Quad and her new man and
who's a man. That is
Dr.
a man.
G.
Dr.
G. And T. Why are these two? And even if they're going to be together, as I get it, like as a friendship group, it might be difficult to like
navigate.
You know all of that. Like Dr. G, he's a medical professional. You guys have a professional relationship with him, a friendship. Quad is not married to any medicine, but hey, she's still there.
You are not married to medicine, my love.
Right. So at the end of the day, why? Okay, even if you're going to invite all of these people on a trip together, you should make it so that like there's minimal need for them to cross over. Why were they sitting around and having conversations about themselves as a couple?
They shouldn't have invited both of them. This is the thing, and this is how you know it's television.
I actually feel like I haven't finished about what's bothering me because I get it's television, so I know that the whole scenario was set up for our entertainment. And look at us here, entertained. Are you not entertained? Yes, we are. So fine, I get that. But what annoyed me is that Dr. G, hate that guy.
Can't stand him.
Put him in the bin.
A bitch.
Right? His voice matches his character.
And that's disrespectful to bitches. Yeah,
Right.
his voice does match his character.
But Quad purposefully went into that situation to antagonizing him.
Absolutely, she did.
Yeah, she did. And it's then, okay, when someone has a reaction, it's like, oh, you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. Look, I get it, King will stand up for his man, but I also feel like there's a history between the two of them that both spouses should just sit it out.
No, I understand that, but I think that the reason why it even got to where it got to is because Quad has probably disclosed like some abusive nature of the relationship,
100%.
right? And then Greg is coming and doing up abusive Twinkie. And it's like, okay, cool. As if you were Quad, yeah, if your man didn't defend you the way that King defended her, oh, it's a red flag to me. You can't stay out of that.
No, I get it. I get the fact that he should. I
don't think King did anything wrong. I don't think King did, and he's so fine that he could do what he likes. The only thing that I said, maybe that, why did you throw your glasses like that? Those are some spenny glasses. Why did you throw them like that to run into the sand? But I agree that Quad
I don't feel like it needed to escalate to where he's
it didn't need to escalate. It didn't need
to apologize to him. You can see this guy's stupid. If it was me, I'd have just been like, babe, let's go.
Yeah, of course,
Like,
but that's
we
not
don't-
Quads, and you're not Quads, innit? And
No,
Quad
no,
loves,
I would have
she
told,
fucking
I
loves
would have
it.
told King.
No, I agree.
As in, sorry, I mean, King should have told Quad, let's actually leave this
Yeah.
environment. What are we doing
No,
here?
I agree. But I think
Because
this
these are not King's, sorry to interject, because these are not King's friends. They're also not really Quad's friends.
No, this is true. They're her colleagues. But this is what I'm saying. Like, I think that's why it makes me think, because King doesn't give me clout chaser, I just want to be on camera, I want to have a moment kind of vibes. So it just makes me think that whatever his impression is of Greg, or whatever he's been told about Greg, like, it runs deeper than just this one situation.
100%.
This was
I
just
agree.
this situation. Is like, right, cool. I can kind of do what I need to do to make up for all the other situations that maybe I wasn't
But
there for.
genuinely, they just shouldn't have gone.
They shouldn't have gone. And also, like, Quad, low key, like, babe, if you know, these aren't really your girls like that. You're no longer married to medicine, my love. Like, there's no need for you to have been on this season. Like, low-key, high-key. Do you get
If
what I
you
mean?
really care about your relationship, there's no need to be on the season. And
Or
Quad does this-
T shouldn't have been on it, because it's like, no one really cares about you. You're also not their friend. Greg, he is like, he ain't really, it's about the women.
At least she's closer to, she's actually married to medicine. But I mean,
yeah, by force.
I get it. Like, and it's difficult because Greg is not like someone that you even want to stick up for. But I just think in isolating that particular holiday, both parties were wrong in terms of both sides. Both couples were wrong. But the way people are moving, like, oh, Quad, like, T did it. I'm just like, nah, like, and Quad does this thing where
Quad always does a lot.
She wants people to pick her to like for example, she can be in a friendship group. Like when she was beefing Mariah, she didn't just want them to pick her. She wanted them to pick her and drop
And
Mariah
be
out.
against Mariah, yeah.
And
it's all or nothing.
And then what Heavenly did to Phaedra, Heavenly and Simone are actually, I am convinced Dr. Daddy is cheating on Heavenly solely because you cannot be happy within your life and go around causing this much commotion.
Oh, okay. Maybe the cheating is true. I don't know. But people can very much be happy in their life and happier to make other people's lives miserable.
I just looking at it and I'm like, I can't, because, yeah, no, it's weird. I think it's enough now. It's gotten to the point where it's actually enough.
It's
like,
chaos. Yeah, it's chaos.
It's not.
It's not fun.
The stuff she's doing is actually mean spirited. Like, and then the next day they called Apollo and his wife to come and talk about Phaedra and why she doesn't. What are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And also, I think obviously, like, they're healthcare professionals, isn't it? They're medical professionals, so it's a bit unbecoming. It's a bit uncouth.
I was having this conversation with my husband, and I was like, it's only in America that you can see your healthcare professional behave like this on TV.
And it probably will get them business.
That's what I was saying. It even brings them business. If I saw my doctor moving like that, sign me out. Count me out. I'm not interested.
I hear it.
But it's only in America they'll see it and be like, oh, I want to go to Dr. Jackie. Why do you want to go to Dr. Jackie's office? She's a weirdo.
Clout.
Okay, sorry, I got my rant out.
Okay, back to my book. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So the thing about the book, okay, and again, maybe I'll put timestamps if you want to read the middle daughter. I'm at the bit where Ephraim, that fucking witch, yeah, he rapes her, okay, and then it's like she is so sure that her mum is gonna like drop her out, yeah. I mean, and she's right, that her mum's gonna drop her out, that like she can't go to her mum and be like, this thing happened to me because she snuck out. And the thing that gets me the most, which I think is so important, because sometimes you talk about situations that don't pertain, or you don't think pertain to your friends, your family, your loved ones, or whatever, and they are looking at how you react to that situation and they apply it to themselves because they are the person in that situation, right? So there's a girl in the village or whatever who, like, she gets raped, but they don't describe it like that. They describe it like she's fast or she's a hoe or whatever. So because of how people have described that girl, this girl now that's been raped is like, I'm not going to say anything to my mum. She's going to say it's my fault. She's going to say this. And she marries him.
But I think you need to put it in context.
I know. And that's why it's like...
if you did, you wouldn't be so annoyed.
I know. I would be annoyed because it's sad. It's like, I'm not annoyed with her. I'm not looking at her like, oh, you dumb bitch for making dumb decisions. I'm annoyed with the fact that, like, her mother has not allowed her a safe space where she can come to be like, oh, great. Do you get what I mean?
I found it more devastating. Like, the book was more devastating than annoyance, but I also
well, then that's the word that I mean then. Like, it's just no. I'm so
but
frustrated.
I can also understand you're annoyed because there were times when I was like, it just doesn't have to be like this. But I also realized
that
I
at the same
was projecting
time,
my situation
exactly.
If I was in that situation, I could go to my parents and
this is
like,
what I'm saying. And for me, I just think that it's just so like, it's just so frustrating reading it because it's just like, like, this doesn't have to happen. You don't have to be in this fucking sweaty dumb registry office with this stupid woman eating her peanuts and shit, and then marry this devil, this waste man. Like, this didn't have to happen. And I literally am just like, and then her sister goes to the house and is like, come back.
I hate when you can hear what her sister is thinking, because her sister clearly wants to help, but she also has the same, I think she's a bit stoic. Well, not at that point. Maybe you haven't reached the point actually.
No, I'm just at the bit where she first goes to the house to try and stay calm, and then Nanny is like, "Oh no, I love him. I want to stay with him." After he just beat her up, and it's just like, oh, it's so. Do you know what it is? Yeah, you've read this book, yeah, and at this point, like, you know these girls, innit? You're kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I know how you are. I know whatever, and it's like seeing someone being broken down, like, just bit by bit, now to a point where it's like, you're telling me you love this man. Anyway, it's just pissing me off. And so I know I have to complete the book, okay? But I just want to fast forward to like where everything is okay or everything is not, because it's just frustrating me to read it and to see this. It's like slow motion. It's like, at least if it was a film, I could watch it on 1.5. Yeah? But this is a book and it's like, I actually have to read it.
But this is going to help with your patience.
It's pissing me off. It's only because I asked the library to order it for me that I'm like, how can I ask them to order it for me and I didn't see it through?
You have to see it through because it's a beautiful book. And I think, I love African authors.
Yeah, that's basically all I've been reading this year.
Yeah, I love African authors because I like reading a book. Well, let me say West. I haven't read any other...
Yeah. I've read mainly Nigerian and Ghanaian are the two.
Yeah, basically, essentially, that's what I've read. But I like reading books and I'm able to understand or identify with certain things. Then when it's like based in the like East as well or Southeast.
Yeah, you love it. There's bare Igbo. I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, I know that this girl loves the fact that they're in Enugu. I was like, I know that this girl is loving.
Do you know what? It just reminds me of my dad so much because he grew up in Enugu and so did my husband. So it reminds me very much
Twin. Where have you been?
Guys, how do you block your friends in real life?
Nobody
not just on social media, but in real life, you block your heart
know.
to them, so you never have to talk to them again.
It's up to you. The button is there.
No, but I just feel like, I first of all, I relate to it so much, and I think also coming from an Igbo family, like I've already said, my family wouldn't be like that, but culturally,
yeah, exactly. You can identify with it.
I know the challenges my dad has spoken 1,000,001 times growing up with a single mum. And that was even, do you know what I mean? Like the challenges he had, the stuff people would say about her, the thing, even like she stopped going to church because she was unmarried, like, and she wanted to be a nun at a point. So that was a big sacrifice for her. So I understand, like reading it, I guess I could understand because I understand how it must be in the East and all the stigma you're raised that's entrenched in you, plus what you see your mum doing, and so I get feeling so desperate because she initially went to him wanting him to like take her for an abortion, but she could not.
But also, why would you think that he would be like, yeah, let's get rid of this baby?
Because the reason why she thought that he would is because she was reasoning from her own sensible mind where he would realize he did a fucked up thing to her. He was coming to the house, she wasn't answering, but she didn't grasp the level of this man, not only illiteracy but his wickedness, that for him he wanted to own her. So this was for him what she saw as hell. Was she thought, oh, like, you'll be ashamed, she'll tell me.
Yeah, there's proof of this. No, he was talking about God. That's why when someone is too godly, God, I'm looking at you like, the devil is in you, fam. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about this documentary.
Vim.
You do. You have the Vim. Receive Vim. Here, take. There you go.
I've accepted it.
Thank you. Love that for us.
So I have been binge watching 24 Hours in Police Custody. Whoa, why did I say it like that?
Not custard. You must have cake with that.
Have you seen those TikToks where it's like when the accent slips out?
Yeah.
I went to Costco with my friends last week to stock up for this staycation. I was on Costco duty because I have a Costco card because I'm a grown woman.
I can do whatever I want down.
Precisely.
Like that.
And then, you know, when you're on your stuff is on the conveyor belt, like, for it to be scanned.
Yeah, babe, we know.
You're meant to put that thing in between. Right. And the people had finished putting theirs, so I was like, oh, guys, like, my friends had started putting theirs on. So I was like, oh, no, we need to put that thing to separate.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody was like, oh. Like, where did that come from? I literally was like, I don't even know. And then what really stressed me out was for the next couple of days, I couldn't say the word because I couldn't remember how I meant to say it.
The thing is, you have certain words that you say that that sound whatever, like more Nigerian than other words, yeah. But separate is not one of them. I don't think.
I mean, I have certain words.
You have, yeah. No, you have certain ones.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
No, not in a bad way.
No, I know, but I just never knew. Can you tell me what they are?
So one of them is won't. You say won't.
I won't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main one that I'm thinking of. But I know what you mean. So like it's a thing. But separate. I've never heard you say that before in my life.
Yeah, I've never.
That one jumped. That one. Someone stroked your doll that they have of you, and then you.
Oh, it's won't. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have a very close relationship with my mum, so
you don't have to apologize, girl. We know what you mean.
There's, you know, it's in the breast milk.
Not in the breast milk. Get out of my face.
Is.
But the accent jumps out sometimes. It really does. Okay, no, but sorry. You were saying you've been binge watching 24 Hours in Police Custody. That's how we got here. Oh, because of the custody. Fine. Okay, fine.
It's giving The Office.
It's giving The Office.
I don't know if you know. This is a very niche reference. I don't know if you remember.
Did you see the tweet that what's his name? What's Michael Scott's name in real life? Steve Carell, yeah. And he was
and he was like, he wants
to pay for prom for all the people who were affected by the fires.
And then someone was like, he has the opportunity to do the funniest
thing ever.
I can't watch that episode though.
Hey, Mr. Scott, I cringe. I can't like.
People say dinner parties that no.
Dinner party is not cringe. Dinner party is actually quite funny.
It's the greatest. That was for me. That's one of the greatest episodes of the show. That dinner party. It was so funny, so chaotic.
Yeah.
So
very
deranged.
bizarre. But the hey, Mr. Scott, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Make our dreams come true. I can't.
Yeah. Max Scott. Okay, so I've been binge watching it, and I was like to Beedie, we need to do one of these episodes because you guys know probably by now how at least I feel about British police people.
And we hate Popo.
Yeah, I just feel like they give
nothing.
Blubbering idiots is what someone said has been using the word buffoon recently, and I love
buffoon
that.
Is great. Yeah, it's great. Encapsulates everything.
Yeah,
but also like it's a bit offensive to buffoons.
Oh, true. But yeah, so anyways, I've been watching this and it's just hilarious. And the thing I find most hilarious about it is that people will come in. I'm sorry, we're going to get into this particular episode, but people will come in to the police, like whatever, and they, you know, in the UK they can only solve a crime if everything lines up and the criminal did it in front of them. So you know this person committed the crime, but they're like, oh, do you want a tea? Do you want a coffee? Do you want you're right?
That's culture. You've got to have a tea. You've got to have a tea.
No, the way they pamper these people with my taxpayers, you giving them tea on my dime?
On my dime?
Have I had a coffee or a tea this morning? Get out. Anyways, this particular documentary opens up with a
This episode is called Sex and Corruption.
Oh yes, thank you.
Corruption.
Okay, you are just changing the lyrics, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a freestyle.
Okay.
It's a cover.
Does Usher know about this cover?
It's okay. I don't want him to sue me. Take me for all I'm not worth.
So the documentary opens up with this man, and he's giving a statement to the police about how he went to see a sex worker. Okay, just a caveat: if you go back to watch this, I'm going to say sex worker. They use prostitutes.
Yes, I've got sex worker in my notes as well.
And they also use a lot of offensive language around sex work. I will tell you what they say, but just it's not coming from me. It's coming from
a quote.
ITV or Channel 4, I can't remember which one's on. So they use a lot of offensive words, but I won't because I won't.
Do you see?
Won't or won't?
It's won't, but you say won't. But there's nothing wrong with it.
I won't.
Yeah, but don't change it. It's part of who
No.
you are.
No.
So I won't
Because
say
my mum keeps
roots
saying
any
that
longer.
we're both immigrants, and I'm not an immigrant. She's the only immigrant in the family.
Not the only gay in the village.
She's the only gay in the village, so I need to disassociate myself from her. She's the only immigrant. My daddy is British, okay?
My daddy, Hackney,
My daddy.
my mama, and
Your mama. Okay, so basically he's giving the police a statement about how he went to see a sex worker he met online, then he goes back to his car and there's a letter threatening him with blackmail if he doesn't pay 1k.
This just seems like I said. This I went to hear.
Literally, like, I was like, what kind of foolishness?
I said, what does this girl have me watching? What the heck?
But the thing also with it is that I feel like I would have just paid the 1k and moved on. But
Were you taking it seriously? Oh, they had the picture of him. They had the picture of him.
And also I would
That's
have
why.
taken it seriously because I was doing the dirty. If someone came to me to threaten me now, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, because he was married, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would take it, but I might. Have
But then don't you feel like you give them power?
You do, because
Okay, you give him £1,000 now. Then what? Look at cost of living. Now you give him.
I know. I get it. Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm gonna shame myself before you can shame me. I'm gonna go to my wife and be like, oh, by the way,
I did this, guilty as hell. 1k is such a small amount of money. You must be broke.
Yeah.
To be blackmailing. If I'm
But that's why I feel like
I'm
it
gonna
happens
blackmail
multiple
for
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also you want a blackmail for an amount that you can actually get. Okay, I blackmail for 50,000. You don't have 50,000. Now you're running around.
At least 5k.
Aim higher. Yeah.
You're gonna go through all this for £1,000.
But I mean, it's not like you have to declare tax on it.
Okay.
So you get the whole 1,000.
Do you know what? I've said this to you before, but it's because I equate everything to bills. £1,000 wouldn't even cover my mortgage.
Yeah.
So how is my life changing that month that I've blackmailed you? I need money.
Do you know what is so funny?
I'm gonna feel a release.
This is the thing, like nothing is worth anything anymore. I saw this guy tweet and he basically was like going out, staying in, you spend the same money, you might as well go out and enjoy yourself. And that is my philosophy for this year. Because, save money. I'm sorry, like the amount that you're saving, yeah, it's not because something's going to take your money. It's either going to be your MOT, or it's going to be a random bill, or it's going to be something. Something's going to take it. So you might as well let it give it to the thing that you want to give you life. Yeah. Because something is going to, if it's like what's that law of physics where it's just like, something about vacuum and space and occupy. Anyway, the space has to be occupied. The money has to occupy something.
I just feel like you can't outsave. The way I feel about it is you really can't outsave yourself out of an economy that is set up to make you fail.
That's crashing.
And that really, really hit me. Not really hit me, but when they increased the TFL prices, and then obviously all the news was about how we're the most expensive like travels, and I was thinking the quality, what are we getting? I don't see my money's worth.
Yep.
And I was just like, I literally was telling my parents, like, I have woken up and without making any bad decisions, you know, even cutting back, trying to save, being a bit more disciplined in what I do with my money, automatically more money is leaving my account.
You cannot outsave inflation.
You can't outsave that, because if you say, okay, I'm going to put away X amount of money each month, if the bills, the council tax just went up by £7 a month, all of these things aren't a lot. My travel only went up by 60p a day.
No,
but you add everything up together.
They are.
The energy price.
It's cumulative. They are. I'm telling you.
At the end of the year, you could easily be short of another £5,000.
It's insane. And the thing is, you find it, right? Because even if you're putting stuff on credit cards, the credit card has to get paid, no? So like the money is going to come from somewhere.
You have to find it.
You have to find it. It's just like, it's insane. It feels like you're running, you're on a treadmill, and like you're like, right, cool, I'm good, I'm keeping pace, and then like slowly the incline starts to increase, but then also at the same time the speed starts to increase, and you're just there, and eventually, if things do not change, we're going to fall off this treadmill and bang our heads on the floor. That's what's going to happen.
I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm probably going to leave. I just need a few things to get into place.
Where are you going to go?
Probably Dubai.
I knew he was going to say that. That's fine. The time difference isn't too different.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable, man.
Yeah, and for me, the whole thing of going to Dubai is not all like, yes, the no tax great. I know it's more expensive there, but for me, it's actually just the quality of life. Like,
would you raise your kids there?
I've heard it's a really good place to raise your kids. Obviously, the crime rate is low. They have good schools. childcare is so cheap. You can have a live-in nanny for less than
it's because they do slave labor.
a third of what you. I don't know. I haven't looked into how
That's why
it's that cheap, but no, I don't. I think they have very strict laws for things like that. I think they pay them like, I don't know.
Anyway, let's do our research and then we can figure out
or whatever.
what's what.
Healthcare, because here childcare is overpriced.
Listen,
it's not like you're paying big money, but it's not like, oh, like what you're getting is
you see it.
Yeah, like you can have a one-on-one nanny that's gonna look after your baby and whatever. I was raised on au pairs, so I see the benefit in it, and they lived with us. They, you know, my parents paid them. They were part of the family, quite literally. So like, I think it's healthy. I think it's fine. Like the quality of life is just better. You and your husband.
I think, and that's what it is. The quality of life here is shit. So it's like, it doesn't even really matter like what you do. It's just shit. It's like, for what?
If the money's coming out of your wallet and you're looking around and you're walking
and
through
you see it,
a nice kind of
it's like when you buy something that's good,
shining,
or when you pay for like a really good meal. Even if you spend a lot of money, you're like, wow, I enjoyed that. That was worth every penny. Do you know what I mean? You go on a holiday, you're like, wow, yeah, I have no money left, but I'm so glad I spent it on this thing. But in the UK, like, it's
there's
like
nothing. You wake up in the
nothing.
morning, it's miserable. You go on the tube, someone is picking their nose, rubbing it on the pole.
And rubbing it on the thing. Oh.
The seats are dirty. You get to work. It's just kind regards, as per my last email. Okay, you know what? Work isn't too bad, but either way, like you even want a sweet treat in the middle of the day. You step out onto £10.
Girls will tell you £152 for a cinnamon bun.
Gosh, heaven forbid you want to go to Blank Street. Can I have your month's mortgage payment?
Can I have the blood of your first child, please?
Thank you.
I just want to eat.
Can I? So you can't even buy lunch. So always aggressively meal prepping.
Oh my god, sorry. Lunch, yeah. I have been obsessed with M&S's salads. You know, they're like the ready-to-go salads that they have like in the lunch area. So at first I had the chicken Caesar salad, yeah, which is like stupendous, spectacular, remarkable, yeah. And then they have another one, which is like a bang bang salad, which is more like, it's like chicken and it's just like curry-ish type flavor. Anyway, it's nice, yeah. I had that one, cool. Then the other day, I went to go and get my usual chicken Caesar. I'm a creature of habit, me, yeah. If I like something, I love it, yeah. They didn't have it. I said, oh, I'm thrown off. This wasn't the plan. I was thrown off. I short-circuited a little bit. I said, something is off. What's going on, yeah? But in its place, they had this like Chipotle black bean salad, yeah? My whole life has changed, yeah.
Have you had the hot salmon salad? That's a really good one.
What,
as well.
M&S?
With potato. It has a bit of potato in it.
No, I haven't. The Chipotle one had sweet potatoes. It had sweet potato, black bean, Chipotle, chicken. It was so... I was eating it. You know when you're eating something and you're looking at it like, wow, what's in this shit? Like, I literally was like, wow.
Is it crack?
Wow. Literally, is it crack? I took a picture of it, of the ingredients, and I was like, I'm going to try and make this at home. I haven't.
Yeah.
And I have work tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go buy another one.
I'm holding out till April, and then I'm going to start on the salads.
Oh, salads have changed my life.
No, I mean,
they're fantastic.
I love salads.
In terms of for your prep.
Yeah, because I just feel like it's still...
you could probably do like a watermelon one or a strawberry one. You know them like fruity ones that they do when it's spring and stuff. I've not tried them myself, but...
Yeah, I just feel like I still need warm food at lunchtime now, but I'm getting into that season.
But no, them salads. But yeah, no, for lunch. Anyway, so then if I buy that M&S salad, $5.50, done. To get to work, £5. To get back, £5. So that's £15 I spent in the day.
Travel is £5.
Yeah.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm a Zone 3 babe.
£12 something a day.
That's insanity. Wait, no, what? There and back. Yeah, mine's like £10 something a day, like $10.60 or something.
Either way. Plus, my daily travel is about 20 something plus the parking at the station.
Well, so all that money you save on your mortgage from not being in central London, you lose. Either way, this is what I'm saying. This system is set for you to lose.
No, but that's even something
you will lose.
I was thinking about.
You will lose. Like, either way, you're going to lose. On this end or that end, you're going to lose.
You move further out of London to get more space, but then you have to think about your travel.
Exactly. So, you're going to lose.
Let's talk about something that's not as depressing. Yeah. So anyways.
Like this crime.
Right. The officers are reading the blackmail letter and the narrator tells us a man comes to Luton police station saying he's been blackmailed after visiting a sex worker. So DS Will Taylor is one of our talking heads. Do you know what's so interesting about this? The first time I watched it, I didn't even clock that he was a wheelchair user.
Oh, well, the detective?
Yeah. I didn't clock that. It was the second time I was like, oh my gosh, like he's in a wheelchair. It was just random. But
anyway, it's nice that he's able to do his job and have accommodations.
100%. Because I actually was wondering why he wasn't out and about, and I was like, oh, another lady. was like another copy.
If I was a police officer, I wouldn't want to be one of the ones on the streets. I would want to be sitting in the castle, like doing paperwork and shit. I wouldn't want to be out there.
Fair enough. So he's one of our talking heads, and he takes charge of the case, and he's saying that that blackmailing is quite rare, and it's even more rare after visiting a sex worker. So like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, is this a movie or what? What the hell is going on in the House of Commons?
For real. So the John, that's what we're going to call him.
Yeah, that's what they call them, innit? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Imagine you're just a John, you're just living your life, and now
my daddy. The John says that the sex worker is a short busty girl, and we see her page, and her price list is like £40 for bareback, £90 to drink a pee, to be peed on, and then a gangbang is £60.
Sis, I need you to up those prices.
Up your prices. Okay,
times 10.
We both say this as people that fuck for free, mind you. She is making about £40 more than I've ever made.
Okay, but fine.
My dude.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Fair.
No, it's not. I want to be paid, actually.
Point made. But if someone were to piss on you, are you telling me that £90 is all it would take? That wouldn't be on my menu. Okay, fair enough.
It wouldn't be on my menu. But for bareback, do you know what
you're risking? Are you telling me your life is worth £40?
HIV.
Is that what you're telling me? Your life. What you're telling me is that your life is worth £40.
Or gonorrhea.
All the things. The STDs and the Ds.
Bareback for me would be at least 500-600.
For your life, it has to be 5,000. I'm sorry.
No, but you have to be realistic about. She's doing this in a camper van. Can we be so for real? This is not like she's not doing this in the Ritz. She's doing it in a camper van. You charge me 5k. It's part of the experience.
Haven't you seen those Airbnbs that are like, special?
This ain't that.
This is there. Plus sex.
But it's just like £60 for a gangbang.
But when was this recorded? Because we have to account for inflation.
Wait, but do you know why that maths doesn't even make sense? If it's £40 for one person to bareback you,
yeah,
I think normal sex was £30. What is a gangbang? Because even if a gangbang,
how many is in the gang?
If a gangbang is 3, you already one person is fucking for free.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but maybe the rates increase. Like, you know how if you add toppings, you add more. So maybe it's like for every person. Maybe gangbang in and of itself is 60. The fact you had the audacity to ask me.
Gangbang has to be a minimum of 4 people. If it's 3, it's a threesome.
Yeah, but okay.
So one person is fucking for free.
Okay, but for threesome. But maybe
girl bang.
I don't know. Listen, you're asking me if I was her business manager, these wouldn't be the rates.
I get it. You have to charge. What is wrong with
church? Now you're going to.
No, I'm going to church.
Get to church.
Church. You have to charge like a certain amount because you're doing this in a camper van. Like, I get it.
No, she's not doing her findings, yeah? Because you have to.
The officers even said, this is not a lot for sex. She's selling herself short.
You're saying you're fucking for free, yeah? Okay, cool. You take me out on a date. I guarantee you spent more than £60. If you took me out to eat, you spent more than £60. Even if you go to fucking Nando's, you probably spent more than £60 for 2 people these days.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that her prices are normal?
No, I'm saying that her prices are low. Because people that are fucking for free are at least fucking for more than £60. When you think about the goods acquired.
I don't always get taken to Nando's before.
Okay, well maybe you need to up your.
I need to up my. I'm here talking about her. She's
you in it
than me.
She is £60 up on us.
I'm doing it sometimes on an empty belly. Oh my god, what is this?
If we've taken anything from this, it's to not fuck for free.
Yeah, please. Don't leave your kids around me at my house because these are the lessons I'll teach them. I'm gonna tell your daughter, listen, baby girl, don't fuck for free. Your mama did it.
Be like,
your
Mommy,
auntie doing it now.
Mommy, what's fucking?
I
said, don't listen to that yellow lady ever again. Don't you ever?
I was thinking yesterday about how I would tell my kids about sex because I remember how my mum told me. She gave me a book and it was really graphic. I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
It was for kids, but it was it literally showed the parents on the bed penetrated in it. It was cut in half.
It was like scientific.
Yeah, but it was like, it said in a like, okay, mummy and daddy love each other and they blah, blah, but I kind of think that's important to have those. Yeah,
and I also think it's important because it lets children know what their private parts are and why people shouldn't violate them and what violating it looks like. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah, I don't have a child, never raised one. So I don't know the right time, the right this, the right that. I just hope that when the time comes, I know what to say and do. But I'm not one of those people that like, some people are really uncomfortable with it and therefore they don't want to talk about it, or they avoid it, or they whatever. I'm not uncomfortable with talking about that.
No, I'm going to tell you straight up.
You hear this sound? You hear this sound?
Yeah, it's at 7:30.
Fam! He's even late today. Isn't it?
He's going to be at late work.
Fam. But yeah, I agree.
At work late. I think something is going on with my brain.
You slept all day and the rest wasn't enough to... You rested. You rested all day.
I think I just haven't used my brain enough.
Okay, well...
The past few days have been a blur of a lot of alcohol and...
Okay, so maybe you're still drunk.
Potentially. So anyways, we learned that police never actually pay blackmail fees. I thought they did, because in America...
But why would they?
In America, I think they do.
Oh, to entrap the person.
Yeah, I don't. But the sting operation in America always sounds a lot more sophisticated than what the hell.
Do you think that Americans sound off? Because obviously, when stuff is happening in your backyard, yeah, it don't seem like it's all that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, you lost again. For the Americans, yeah, when these things happen, does it feel like, oh my god, this is a massive thing, or does it just feel like, oh, here they go again?
Okay.
Thank you, Americans. Answer. Thank you.
So I thought they paid, but obviously this country's broke and stupid, so they don't pay.
This country is so... I'm sorry to belabor the point. This country is so
stupid to me. Because what if I didn't have the £1,000? You're not going to trap this person and find out. You're basically going to say to me, well, there it is.
Sorry, don't be poor. No, but that's exactly what they would do.
Loan.
That's exactly what they would do. This country is literally, well, sorry, put yourself up by the... Maybe if you didn't buy avocado toast, you would have £1,000
this country,
to give the blackmailer.
Country, it actually is like, it gives broke energy.
Miserable.
It's so like broke, and they don't have like forward thinking business, like entrepreneurial, like it's all just...
It's poverty, man.
Poverty.
They're living off past glory, former glory.
And also, we take so much up the arse with no lube. And we open our bum again and we say, oh, give it to me more. Why do we... No, I'm telling you, why do we allow them? In France, if the politicians even breathe the way they don't, like, they are burning the Louvre. Like, fire. The Eiffel Tower is gone. But here, we just, it's such something... Oh, God,
we just complain. Isn't it annoying? I can't believe it. Yeah.
And the next day they do this.
Round 2.
Mind you, you're charging us more, and you're cutting benefits. So where is my money going?
Yeah.
Council tax is up, but there are nitties everywhere.
Council, sort it out.
Okay, sorry. God.
It's just, I could do a whole episode about how sad it is here.
I feel like whole whatever has changed so much since we've both like moved out, because we started this podcast both living in our parents' house.
Yeah, we've become disenfranchised, disillusioned, depressed.
I think the joy has slowly...
It was very quick.
Drained out of our eyes.
It was very quick. The world has gone from colour to grey.
And do you know what's so scary about this phase of life that I'm in? It's only upwards. Like, you know, like sometimes like maybe I moved out for my first job after uni. So I was like, okay, I kind of always knew I'd go back to my parents' house, and then, you know, moved back, saved, and went to Newcastle for a bit for work. Had that, but in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm going to come back to my parents' house. Where I am now, I'm here. It will always be that I run a household. It will always be that I have bills. It will always be my problem. Even if, God forbid, me and my husband divorced and I wasn't married, so I didn't have a marital home, I'm not going to move back into my parents' house.
But you could, and this is the thing you need to tell yourself.
Yeah, you know you could.
I think you have to hold on to the fact that you could, right? Like, I'm not saying that you're going to or that you should, yeah, but you can. Like last. There will be a roof over your head.
And that's a blessing. You will be fine. But the reality of the situation is, the likelihood is I'm going to be paying bills and running a household.
No, 100%. I mean, that's the goal, right? Because you don't want to be in your parents' house. So
is it the goal?
I mean, it's not the goal, but the result of the paying the bills is the goal. The paying the bills is not the goal. The result, like having the independence, having your own space, all that stuff is the goal. I can't
believe that it's up to me to buy groceries. It's up to me. And I did think also in that same breath that how much of a blessing it is. My fridge is full. Like, that is such a tiny blessing.
If I didn't live with a man, yeah, I would not eat.
No, but you have the ability.
Unless I had to. No, of course. I mean, barely. Do you know what it is, yeah? If I didn't live with a man, yeah, I would grill dinner every day, okay? Sometimes it's like I'm forced to eat because he has to eat. And it's like, maybe it's a blessing, you know, because here I am alive and, you know, nourished or whatever.
I just think if I didn't live with a man, I'd have a house that was constantly clean and tidy.
Lol, that's so funny.
That's my only thing.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so basically he has to bring up the John has to get the money out, and they set up a 5-year-old could have set up this trap. Okay.
A 5-year-old probably did set up this trap.
Right. And I literally write in my notes, honestly, watching them set up this thing is not that exciting. Maybe because it's the UK, it just doesn't look sophisticated. Those are my notes. And I think it's 90% of it is because it's the UK. I don't even know if there was a wiretap. I don't know what the surveillance
But
was.
what are they wiretapping though?
Am I wrong? Huh?
What are they wiretapping? There was no phone communication.
I don't know. That's why I said am I wrong? Add that. That's enough. I've taught you another word now. We're gonna do more and more.
Dictionary.
You said to be teaching you.
You should have been teaching me because I
just
understood this
added
book
another
more.
one to the.
Sorry, say again.
Amarum. That means I don't
Amarum.
know. Mm-hmm.
You have to write it for me so I can see it in my head.
Okay. This weekend, actually, of all of us that were together, of the 9 of us, I think 5 of us were Igbo.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 5 of us that were Igbo, 3 of us could understand. Of the 3 of us that could understand, 1 could speak me. So I just spoke Igbo.
But losing recipes.
And then those that didn't know were like, oh, what's that word? Teach me. Then the people that were Yoruba from other places are like, okay, like I've learnt this word now.
This
and
is how you share.
That's the only way to learn, because you just have to speak.
But that's literally, it's like with, obviously slang is not its own language, but that's how you pick up slang, right? Because somebody says it, you find out what it means, and then you hear it in context, and then you use it. So it's the same thing with other languages. Like you just have to, you know.
So the perp has sent clear instructions on how and where to drop the money, and it's
£1,000. It's like it's £1,000. Like a duffel bag would still be empty.
The bank isn't even going to stop you from withdrawing that money.
No, they're not even going to ask you to do.
You said a duffel. You put that in a Ziploc.
This is what I'm saying. Like
your envelope wouldn't even be fat.
How many £20 notes is that, bro? If it's 50, the wind might take it. What do you mean?
Anyways, so
but if someone wants to give me £1,000, I'll happily accept.
I'll take it. So it's this obscure place, and the police are watching, but nobody comes. Mm-hmm. So we see the major crimes unit come in to support, and we meet DCI Jerry Waite, who says that they come in to do the juicy stuff. Literally, that's what he says. He says, yeah, like if it's, you know, sex crimes or if there's blackmailing, we tend to come in and do that.
He loves it. He feels like he's like, yeah, I'm that guy. You know when you're a big fish in a small pond, that's what it's giving.
It's definitely giving that. So they find the sex worker Kiri and her pimp, because that's what he is.
Well, they call him her business partner,
and that is British for pimp.
And I said, why would they call partnering? Why would you say prostitute and then say business partner? Why wouldn't you say prostitute and pimp?
Because prostitute is degrading to the woman, and pimp would be degrading to a man.
To the man, so we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Look at us, we solved it.
We solved it. So they meet in a car park, and they basically say, look, I've written that they meet them there because they operate. You could literally just add together a cut off all my bloopers today, and that would be an episode on its own.
Okay, we can do that. Bonus episode.
So they operate outside of a camper van, hence why they have to meet in a car park. And they show bits of this camper van. We can see half ripped condom packets and this and that. And it's just you know what? I get why she has to charge 60. I get what she, because I would be afraid. I'm not talking about her as an individual. I'm talking about if I walked into that environment, I would be afraid that I would catch
something.
Yeah, immediately. So I'm risking myself. So the risk.
We're not forced you. You came here of your own volition.
Either way. So they interview Kiri, and she says, look, she gets a lot of texts and calls, and so because of that they delete it. I was like, business is booming. She's booked and busy.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the prices are low, but the volume is high. But also, it's just not high enough, babe.
The pimp says that he sits in the front of the van, so the driver's seat, while she's working. And we see the camera. This is when we see the camera pan, and we see the lube and the condoms and stuff. And it's just a little curtain. So you sitting there watching other men fuck, nigga? What you doing?
Yeah, but is that not what porn is? That's what they do.
That is very true.
What's the difference? Just live, up close and personal.
Yeah. And then they're saying that, look, that they're not involved in any blackmailing, that they're part of a limited company and pay their taxes, everything's above board. And I was like, how do you file taxes?
What's the description? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, what's the description of your services?
Tight pussy girl?
Tight pussy, yeah,
Your
maybe.
pum bring life? Like, what?
Maybe.
But I thought that sex work was illegal in this country.
That's what I thought. That's why I must
so
not be
how
under
do you file
sex work.
taxes on this? And also, can I just say, if I was doing sex work, I'm not going to file taxes.
Why would you?
Pay me in cash. There has to be some perks of the job.
Of the trade.
Literally. So the police...
So
the police don't think the sex worker or her pimp know anything about the blackmail.
Did you think that she was involved? I thought that she was involved. At this stage, I was like, obviously it's them. Come on.
But of course, these stupid police officers, this DCI weight that thinks he fucking king of all...
He's giving Joe Kenda.
He literally, you go and you ask her a few questions, and because she says this is the answer, then you're like, oh, I don't think she knows it. What investigation did you do? Did you check her
investigation?
Did you check her bank records? Did you check? Like, do I need to come and run the police?
Maybe because it's a 45-minute episode, they had to spare us some of the detail.
They could have said, 1 second, we checked. So Will meets the victim and tells him not to engage in using sex workers again, so as to not put himself at risk. And
naughty!
I'm like, if you need to be told this, you will be a fool for life. Like,
but the thing is, this is probably not the first time that he's done
100%
this is the first time that it's happened.
But it's just like, if you snort cocaine and you wind up in hospital, are you going to snort again? I mean, I guess some people do, so yeah.
You would.
Okay, yeah.
You say, whoa, that was amazing.
I'm Rick James. So investigators search if anyone has made any search requests on the victim's personal details. I don't know how they do that. It's weird. And things suddenly start to get heightened. It's all hush-hush. The police officers are all on the phone. Then some of them are getting told to come into a room with Jerry, like a select few, the chosen.
Sorry. Before that, yeah. They tell the guy, the victim, like, oh yeah, if there's anything else happens or anything else worrying happens, like, call 999. And I was just like, isn't there like a 101 for stuff like this? Because you call 999, accident, emergency, or, oh, who do you need? And you say, hey, sorry, I'm being blackmailed for having sex with a sex worker.
And I've already
I need to update my
criminal
hair. People are dying.
Literally, people are dying, Kim. Doesn't like the police officer have a direct...
This is what I'm saying. Anyway, so it's hush hush. Everything's like, ooh, what's going on?
Yeah, it's all like they all go into a room with Jerry Waite and they're like, what's going on? And mind you, DCI from the beginning, they're not telling him anything, and this is his case. These guys just came in to help. That it's really weird. So Will, I've literally written, he's been left out of the loop. He's feeling some stress because he's like, he can't give the John an update. He doesn't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So we see body cam footage of them arresting a man who is obviously distressed, and he starts to break down. And we learn
this happens within the space of 5 seconds. If you blink, you miss it. I had to rewind it.
So you can see why they could have disclosed what searches they did on Kiri. So he's obviously distressed. He starts to break down, and we learn that he himself is a police officer.
I said escándalo.
Escandaloso.
I said, what the heck?
So we learn that he is Gareth Suffling, and he is a police, and he used his police computer to access the victim's details. This guy is such a fucking novice. Like, I don't understand. Are you? And do you know what? Do you fucking know what? Actually, this to me shows the depth of British police officers.
Yeah, because how is this person on the force?
Thank you. I could have covered my tracks better than this man, and I am technologically inept. This man is a police officer. His job was to monitor. First of all, he was on the case himself. His job was to monitor. Yeah. So of course he wasn't going to go and collect the money because he was on it. But second of all, like he had ample time to cover his. Went to go and do it on a police. Do you know how I can use it at home?
But then my thing is like, okay, cool. He must have done this before, because why would you think that this would work?
Potentially, yeah. They do say that at the end. So he's used a police computer to access the victim's details before. They never really explain what made them check if it was a police officer. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't give us that info.
They didn't give us that info. So yeah, he went to check the details before the blackmail was reported. So ergo, he knew that he was going to plan something. And they finally tell Will they've made an arrest, but we won't say who the person is. And then we see the body cam footage of Gareth being taken to the police station, and he is sobbing because it's embarrassing. Like, for a
Imagine
grand,
this is your man.
for $1,000.
Imagine this is your man.
Raggedy bitch.
Imagine this is the head of your home.
Your emergency contact.
Oh God, next of kin. God, imagine.
So have you changed all yours to your man?
Yeah, when we start living together. Because okay, you call my sister. What's she gonna do? What's she gonna do?
Fair enough. To be fair, mine are all him, but immediately under is my mum. We live 15 minutes away from each other, so she can get there in time.
Yeah, it's true. For me, it's like something has to happen now. Like this is the one who's gonna make it happen.
So the police have 24 hours to gather enough evidence to charge him, and they begin to search his home and CCTV. And as I mentioned before, we learned that Gareth was on the blackmailing job itself, and it's spreading through the police officer at this point. And it's just so funny to see office gossip in other office situations, because
wherever there's people, there's gossip.
We have office gossip as well, but it's funny seeing it like in a different setting. So they're basically all saying like, look, this guy's a great guy, he's a really good cop, barely, and they're all shocked that he's doing it for just $1,000. Like, even back then, like, this doesn't make sense. So the police find pictures of the victims in Gareth's car. Of the victim's car in Gareth's home. They also find like a crumpled up, ripped copy of the initial blackmail letter. So he had made copies of this letter. He hadn't just had. I don't know why he made copies.
And then didn't destroy the copies.
Thank you. Gareth is then calling his wife, telling her he loves her and he's sorry.
So you're at work, yeah? Ring, ring, put the hands free, yeah? Your man is calling you, oh, I'm so sorry, I love you. Oh, this thing happened. What did you do?
What the fuck are you talking about?
My thing, yeah,
but
would
I'm
just
divorcing.
be... No, because you have to. Because, okay, cool, you were unfaithful. No, he wasn't unfaithful. Sorry, wrong guy.
He kind of was.
You're stupid. And I cannot align myself with such stupidity. I'm sorry.
Because if he had done this and he'd gotten a lot of money and maybe on his 5th time he'd gotten a bit sloppy and gotten caught. Not that I can get behind it, but it's kind of like, okay, evil genius.
Yeah.
You are so stupid. You were caught before you could even complete the task.
For £1,000, now the neighbours think I'm broke.
So, we learned that Gareth wasn't happy as a police officer and he was trying to become a PI. He was also in some debt. The debt wasn't a massive amount.
How much was it?
I think it was like 1,300.
Oh, is that not? Oh, 1,300. So why didn't he ask for that for his?
I don't know. 1,300 is not a lot.
That's not a lot of debt. Most people are in way more debt than that. The average person.
Way more. So we see footage of him at the crime scene, and he's not even disguising himself. He's just there. He's just making so many schoolboy errors. I don't know if he wanted to get caught or what.
That's what I'm saying. Do you hate your wife and you wanted the reason to escape her?
He almost looked at the CCTV and said, "Hey, it's me." Like,
Gary.
So he's interviewed and he no comments his way through it. And then eventually he signs a confession letter to the police. And he's basically saying that he did this because he wanted to make money so he could help sex workers with like a drug rehabilitation.
The lies.
But they were like, this doesn't make sense because that would have been enough money for it at best for a few days. It's not sustainable. And then they look at his history and it's all about like, this fucking guy literally Googles how to make money easily, illegal jobs to make money like quickly. It's like you're Googling your exact crime and then it's just a whole bunch of porn. And he's trying to solicit like a lot of erotic massages. He's just weird. Like he's just obviously a bit of a deviant himself. So they notify John that the person who was blackmailing him was a police officer. And at this point, like, Gareth is just in pieces. It is a bit sad to see because he's obviously like a very broken man, but he's obviously sad because he got caught, which most people are. And
also, it's like you got caught for doing something so dumb that you didn't have to do. Like, this wasn't life or death. Do you know what I mean? This wasn't bread and butter. Like, you just didn't have to do this. And if you were going to do it, like, why? Like, this is my thing, okay? Don't commit crimes because committing crimes, for the most part, is bad, okay? Yeah. You shouldn't do the crime. Crime, no good, bad. Yeah, no bueno, okay? But if you're going to do something, anything in this life, Why wouldn't you try and do it to the best of your ability?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Do it so they can hail you.
Or just don't do it.
Yeah, do it so people can hail you as the best.
The amount of effort you put into this, you could have done some overtime, babe, and you could have paid that debt off in no time.
Or gotten a shop job,
or a security job at the in the evenings or something.
Yeah. So Gareth is then prosecuted, and when he comes in, he's just like visibly shaking and crying. And the chief constable releases a statement, and Gareth is given 18 months serving, at least 9 then out on licence.
Mm-hmm.
So on-screen text tells us that Gareth was dismissed from Bedfordshire Police, and the chief constable tells us that he felt the sentence was too lenient and it sent the wrong message. So they actually appealed for his sentence to be increased, and he was then given 3 years.
Yep. And obviously he gets fired.
So that was the end of the documentary. Look, these episodes are quite funny, I think. I would say
you watch them as comedy, like...
Yeah, I watch them as comedy, because these people are not
serious.
Wait.
Now it's time for...
The real crime, I think, was the beard.
Oh, yes.
Our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime. So I'm going to go first. The real crime, I think, is doing all of this for $1,000. I put here, babe, respect yourself.
I could not agree more.
3 years of prison for $1,000.
I could not agree.
Do you know how much you'd have made in those 3 years if you were working?
I tell you. My crime is when the John was like, is my partner going to know? Well, you should have fucking thought about that before you were cheating.
Well, no, of course he didn't think about that, because he didn't think she was going to know. Well, there you go.
I think that it should be mandatory to report it to the partners. So
yes, true, because who knows? What if he did bareback? Now we need to know
what if he paid that 60 quid?
What she's got.
Thank you. And also, he went into Range Rover. I'm struggling to see why he didn't pay this. I'm not saying that blackmail was good, but it just didn't make sense why he didn't just pay it off.
Yeah. But maybe he didn't have the grand. Maybe he had the Range Rover and not the grand.
That is very true. So we've come to the end
of the road. Okay, so what are we doing next, I hear you ask? Next, we're doing a documentary that's on Disney Plus, and it's called Sins of Our Parents, The Crumbly Trials, or something like that. I watched it the other day, enjoyed it. I reckon we'll enjoy it. So
we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. You know, if you want to watch it beforehand, I know some of you like to do that. Go ahead, crack on. It's on Disney or Hulu, wherever you are. There's a documentary I wanted us to cover, yeah, which was called... It was based on a podcast, The Burden of Guilt. And it's on Paramount Plus. And people have been on my TikTok like, oh, I can't find it. It's not out. Me too, I can't find it. I've checked all my various avenues. I can't find it. Yeah?
I love how people think that we're the, like, knowing of all. I can't find the link.
These people don't talk to us.
We pray for the day they do talk to us, but oftentimes
right now, I'm like you. I'm sitting in the crowd like you.
in the streets like you.
I don't know. I don't know a thing.
We don't know a thing.
So if that changes, we'll cover it. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But yeah.
Perfect.
Till next time. Anyway, you know to find us. 2 Girls 1 Doc on all the things. 2 Girls 1 Doc podcast on TikTok. 2girls1doc@gmail.com if you want to request something or change our destiny. You know, you might have the power to. I don't know.
Please do.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe at the end there'll be a blooper of all of Forensi's and things.
What is wrong
but we'll do the trailer at the end as we always do. Okay.
Bye.
This is not about parents who just let their kid watch violent movies or play violent video games. This is about parents who neglected their son, ignored his cries for help, and then bought him a gun.
The first parents in America to be charged in a school shooting.
Involuntary manslaughter charges against parents of the shooter at Oxford High School who killed 4 students and wounded others.
There's a myth that the shooter just snaps. It's just not true. There are always signs.
He was crying for help and being ignored.
He had pictures of a target on his bedroom wall, shell casings on his nightstand. A very toxic, turbulent relationship. Those people are yikes. The life they lived was just crazy. The sexting and the really terrible things they'd video of their sexual acts. They purchased that gun for him with his money and bragged about it.
They're being told by a school counselor that he thinks their son's going to kill himself. And they do nothing.
As soon as I heard they were called to the school that day, the messages about LOL, don't get caught, those were very, very concerning to me.
That's the moment that no juror is going to think, well, haven't we all been there?
Here's what it is. I got it. They do not seem shocked about him having the gun. There was no shock. Zero.
School shooters aren't created. They're made, and it's made over time.
You don't get to walk away from that. You just don't. That's a criminal act.
Sins of the parents. The Crumbly Trials.
The opposite of love is not hate. It's just being ignored.
Only on Hulu.